What's up, guys? Happy Sunday. Joseph Robert, the fantasy football counselor. Last minute news and notes here. I got some exciting facts here, some news, some injuries, everything to get you guys ready for week 7 of fantasy football. Now, no matter what your record is, you gotta win this week. So pay attention and understand, you gotta check and make sure you start the right people because that can make or break your week. Again, I keep going to my example. Last week, I sat Matt Ryan, started Aaron Rodgers, and lost one of my 3 major money leagues. It's just the way it goes sometimes, guys. You can't control that, but you gotta try to start the right person. Now, let's talk about the latest news notes, but before we do, head on over, guys. There's a link here below, or go to my Instagram at Fantasy Football Counselor, my story mode. Go check it out. Flick Chat. You want to jump in? They have now something called Flick Picks. Well, it's kind of like DFS. It is DFS, but it's free to enter, and you get to basically pick 5 players in each matchup, and there's a multiplier for each player, and there's a leaderboard. It's super exciting, guys. Flick Picks on Flick Chat. Guys, there's a link here below on YouTube. You get to play with me, the counselor. Yes, finally, everyone keeps asking me, Joe, can I play against the counselor? I want to beat you in fantasy football. Well, you can. You can actually beat me. Guys, Flick Chat, there's a link here below, or go to my Instagram, my story mode, follow that. I'm telling you guys, I'll walk you through it. It's going to be a lot of fun. You just download an app and away you go. That's number 1. Number 2, head on over to manscaped.com. Use promo code SHOWERLION. That's manscaped.com. Treat yourself, guys, to a Lawnmower 3.0. They have other amazing products there as well. Manscaped.com. Use promo code SHOWERLION. And again, there's a link here below for Flick Chat. Download the app. It's free. And we get to compete versus the counselor today. All right, latest news and notes here. All right, let's go through this. DeAndre Hopkins, his ankle was bothering, but he is expected to play against the Seattle Seahawks this week. That's what we're hearing, so he said he's ready to go. Justin Jackson, I understand his calf was bothering. He is expected to play against Jacksonville in week 7. That really sucks because, again, I wanted Josh Kelly to kind of emerge. Austin Eckler still being sidelined. I guess Justin Jackson's going to be the guy. I mean, good for Justin Jackson. Sucks for Joshua Kelly owners. It is what it is, okay? Let's move on here. By the way, actually, Jacksonville Jaguars, apparently Minshew may be benched if he doesn't perform. I just read that as well, okay? I'm going to also go through some facts here. Apparently, Terry McLaurin's 56 targets are tied for 5th in the league, and he's accounted for 37% of the football team's receiving yards, the second highest total in the NFL. So he is getting targeted a lot. So McLaurin, again, with the quarterback change, it's kind of making me suspect about him. Still a great receiver, just needs to get into the groove with that quarterback, okay? Let's keep going on here. Deandre Swift, just a quick note on him. A lot of people asking about him. He had a bit of a mini breakout last time he played. He's averaging 6.1 yards per carry, leads all rookie running backs with 6.9 yards per touch. Deandre Swift, I mean, he hasn't got the volume as some of the other guys, but hopefully he gets integrated. It's time for Peterson to retire. Let's go Swift. David Johnson, my guy, I'm wearing a Texans hat, been a bit of a disappointment. Now, he is putting down double-digit points every single week, but here's a quick fact on him. He has gone 25 straight games without a 100-plus yard game, without running 100-plus yards. Very bad for David Johnson. I mean, he's supposed to be the lead back for the Texans. He's supposed to be the guy. But, I mean, they limited him in the passing game. So I don't know what's going on here, but they got to run David Johnson more. But he's still always putting up 12 to 14 points. I don't know how he's doing it. It's very boring. It's just a safe flex play. Hopefully he gets integrated more. More news and notes. Carolina Panthers, Teddy Bridgewater faces the Saints defense in week 7, and the Saints have allowed 15 touchdown passes in 5 games. Fire up Teddy Bridgewater. Okay. Aaron Jones' calf injury is expected to sit out. So Aaron Jones sitting out. Look for Williams to get more volume. And a sneaky DFS play, A.J. Dillon. I'm assuming they're going to let him work more. That's what we're hearing from coaches, that he might get some work today. A.J. Dillon, Mr. Quads, finally a chance to possibly get going. Tevin Coleman, not that I care about him. Knee has been, it was bothering him. He has an outside chance of returning week 8. According to head coach Kyle Shanahan. So Tevin Coleman might get playing time. Who knows? Who cares? Daryl Henderson thigh, that was bothering him. I thought he would be sitting out as well. He did practice fully on Saturday, and he does not carry any type of injury designation going into the Monday game, okay, against the Bears. So Daryl Henderson is going to play from what we're hearing. I don't know when Cam Akers is going to get going. I thought that Cam Akers was going to be the guy. I miscalculated that. The injury sidelined him, allowed Daryl Henderson to emerge there, I would say. I mean, Daryl Henderson's not that good. If he was, they wouldn't have even acquired Cam Akers. Just Cam Akers has not been able to get rolling, unfortunately, okay? Denzel Mims, apparently he's going for the Jets. He was activated, poor guy, heading to the Jets. I would assume that the Jets are there to lose now. I can't imagine the Jets wanting to win a game. Trevor Lawrence sweepstakes. At this point, you want to be the worst team, so you get first overall pick in the draft. I would imagine the Jets are going to lose whoever they're playing. I think they're playing, I haven't looked at, I think they're playing the Bills this week. Is it? Yeah. So I think the spread is like Bills are like 10 or 12 points. I would take the points on the Bills. I just do not trust the Jets at all. So yeah. Let's move on here. DK Metcalf has, just a quick fact here, 296 receiving yards on passes of 20-plus downfield, a figure which eclipses the totals of 15 other entire teams so far this season. So Metcalf, an absolute stud this year. Now, one of my concerns was Antonio Brown ending up on that team. Sure enough, he's not. He signed a one-year deal with the Bucs, and I think that's total crap. A guy that was, accused of sexual allegations, a guy that assaulted somebody, a guy that, he can't be trusted for anything he said because he told off the NFL. He's like, I'm done with the NFL. Then he basically told off his wife, okay? Remember, he told off his wife, did this whole thing on live. I think he got back with her. So if you're telling off the NFL, you're saying you're retired, you're telling off your wife, you're swearing in front of your kids, you're done with the wife. He called her an ugly fish. I don't know what he called her. He said he basically ridiculed her in front of his kids, in front of the police, in front of everybody, right? Ridiculed his wife, week later, whatever it was, got back with her. Ridiculed the NFL, got back with him. Talked bad about Juju, talked bad about Ben, then apologized. I don't know, man. It's just, he's got issues. He's got some serious mental issues, and he doesn't deserve to be anywhere in anyone's locker room near elite athletes. That's just my thoughts on this one. Antonio Brown has zero business being in the NFL. He can't make up his mind. He doesn't know what he wants. Like I said, tells the NFL off, retires, tells his wife off, beats somebody up, multiple rape allegations. Ends up in jail. He just can't make up his mind. How do you trust anything he says? If he says, hey, man, I'm going to be good for the team, how do you believe him, right? This guy, again, no business being in the NFL. That's my thought process on that, okay? Michael Thomas, apparently hamstring may be available for a trade. Well, that's what they're saying. The Saints say if the price is right, may be available for trade. Is that what we're reading here? Do you understand? It's may be available in a trade, and Thomas could be interested in leaving. Man, I don't know. I thought Thomas was doing great there with Breeze. I guess there is some friction there. There's something going on. Who knows, right? I don't know, but Michael Thomas could be involved in a trade. But again, whoever gets him must have to pay a hefty price. I don't know. Maybe. What about the Jets? They need a wide receiver. You never know. Trevor Lawrence, Michael Thomas. Who knows? Pay the right price. They need a receiver, but I don't think he'd go there. Le'Veon Bell, apparently he is expected to see some snaps against the Broncos in Week 7. This is something I'm going to be watching because I still think Clyde Edwards-Helaire is the guy. I'm not really sold on Le'Veon Bell at all. I'm just not. I don't think he's that good. I think he's overrated. I don't know how much volume he's going to get, but I think he's just too slow for that offense, right? You don't have time to be that patient with that offense. You got to go. You got to move. You got to get the football downfield. There's no time for his running style up the middle. It's just not going to work. I can see some goal line work. I don't see him being a huge factor, but I could be wrong. I just not a believer in Le'Veon Bell, and this is going to prove that he's not that good. Speaking of the Chiefs wide receiver, Sami Watkins is not going to be playing Week 7, ruled out, hamstring bothering him as well. Noah Fant ankle, that was bothering him. Apparently, he was not on the injury list for this week. And Raheem Mostert, ankle, did not participate, has been ruled out Week 7. Mostert is supposed to miss multiple weeks because of an injury. So look for Jerick McKinnon, Jermichael Hasty, likely to share a playing role together. With Mostert being gone, a guy that can't stay healthy. Because, again, these guys are not designed to be workhorses. Sometimes teams put players that aren't workhorses in and expect them to do the thing of a workhorse. They're just not, okay? Tyler Higbee is hopeful to play, according to Coach Sean McVay. So Higbee, another guy, questionable. Robert Woods' groin was bothering him and should play as well. And I think that's it, man. I think that's it, guys. Make sure you guys start the right people. Make sure you guys cover your injuries. Again, one of the problems this year has been the running back position. This is why I said running backs, load up. Running back position, always in trouble. A lot of injuries. Where's Nick Chubb? Where's Saquon Barkley? Where's Christian McCaffrey? Dalvin Cook, right? He's on a bye week this week. He was out last week, right? A lot of injuries. You always got to add depth at that running back position. It's very imperative that you do, because that's a position that goes. And look, wide receiver, look at the guys. Claypool, break it out. Now, Dionte Johnson's coming back. Who do you start there? I'm still going to roll with Claypool. I got both of them. Depends. I mean, in one league, I can start both. I may start both. But I think Claypool's still the guy. He has emerged as the wide receiver one, in my opinion. So, you can get wide receivers later. Claypool, right? Dionte. A lot of guys. Robbie Anderson. Got Robbie Anderson, Claypool, and Jefferson in one of my leagues. They're doing better than guys like Odell. Guys like DJ Moore, right? Guys that were drafted earlier on. These guys are doing better, and I've got my running backs. That's how you succeed, guys. You got to load up on running backs early, and it's got to be the right running backs, okay? So there it is, guys. NFL Week 7, last-minute news and notes, injuries there for you guys. Make sure you guys smash thumbs up, subscribe, leave some questions below. I'm very busy Sunday, but I will try to get to as many as I humanly possibly can. Follow on Instagram, guys, okay? In my story mode, and join us on Flick Chat in the chats and try to beat the counselor today. Link below, or go to my story mode on Instagram. Thank you guys for being here, guys, and I am out. We'll talk soon.